the struggle that any new wine region has is just gaining that world-class reputation, and that's really the struggle. And step number one is making world-class wines, and I argue that we're there now. And phase two is showing the rest of the state and the country and beyond that we can produce those wines.
People now recognize the Yadkin Valley as North Carolina's premier wine growing regions. They certainly know it as the oldest wine growing region in North Carolina for vinifera, or classic European style wine grapes. It's an extraordinarily beautiful part of North Carolina with green rolling hills and small towns, friendly people. Music is a huge part of the Yadkin Valley culture. It's kind of the gateway into the Blue Ridge Mountains. I'm the co-owner with my husband Sean of McRitchie Winery and Cider Works, and we have owned our winery here in the Yadkin Valley for about 20 years. So in 1998, my husband Sean and I came out to North Carolina and were employed by the Shelton brothers to establish their namesake winery. And my husband was the general manager. My background is as a lawyer. One of the projects we did was establishing the Yadkin Valley as an American Viticultural Area.
We're the five. We're part of the five.
2 brothers, 5 children, and 9 grandchildren. When Dad and my uncle retired, they wanted to get in this business just a passion for wine, and also a reason to give back to the county that they were born and raised in. I think they were excited to look at a replacement crop for tobacco.
And Charlie and Ed were awesome. They were very forward-thinking, progressive, loved this part of the North Carolina, and they really wanted something to make this part of North Carolina sing again. The decline in tobacco left a void. They thought grape growing would fill that void.
From their travels throughout France, through Italy, Portugal, they've kind of been all over the place. They really just, studied the different areas of the wine growing regions across the world and really felt that it was important to have that designation in North Carolina. So in 2003, we formed the first AVA of the Yadkin Valley. And now there were 14 wineries with us when that AVA got started, and now we have well over 40.
We're a very interesting region in that our soils are that of right bank Bordeaux. Our climate is similar to northern Italy, and but we still have our own nuances and our own differences. We're a rather warm growing region, but at the same time, the way that you harvest the fruit, the way that with the timing on picking the grapes, you can get the influences of a warm growing climate while also retaining acidity, wonderful flavor characteristics, so it's complex.
The Yadkin Valley is from the name of the Yadkin River that flows through the Yadkin Valley, and it's an old Indian name. This area has been known as the Yadkin Valley for centuries now. It's a very well-established name to define this particular region.
They wanted to make sure that this was a region well known for its grape growing, and so they gave the seed money to Surrey Community College to start the enology and viticulture program there, to give people a place that they can go and learn how to grow grapes in North Carolina, because it's a little different here than it is out on the West Coast. Having that school at Surrey Community College has been instrumental in, I feel like, creating the wine industry in North Carolina. They also helped form the Shelton Badgett Viticulture Center, so that now you really have a center for where other people can come from different areas to learn what we're doing here and learn our best practices.
I went to Surrey Community College starting in my high school years and graduated in the viticulture and enology program there. It's the hardest thing in the world of wine, and that's building a world-class wine region from the ground up. And the first step in that is knowing your local place, your sense of place. So you establish an American Viticultural Area. And the second is building an educational base to learn how to grow those grapes and make the wine.
2003, this many years later, you're starting to see what that idea is that creates a day or 2 days where people can come and enjoy all the vineyards in this area. So it's almost just a destination that we like to say, a destination of quality, and that's throughout the state, all 6 AVAs.
You relax, you get into that Yadkin Valley vibe, and just having a good time. Enjoy some great wine, some great food. You go back 24 years ago when they planted the first grapes here on the property, they would be very proud of where we sit today as a North Carolina wine industry.
Being the first AVA in the Yadkin Valley, I think You know, two brothers from Surrey County that started this vineyard, what, 23 plus years ago. You know, they would look back now and be proud of where we stand today and the quality of wines we're making.